Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to today's reading. Today I'm doing a reading for the person on your mind. This is an SP reading. So, the topic is how did they perceive you at first glance versus later on. This is not current energy, but just after getting to know you a little bit. So, yeah, that's the reading. Take it as a general reading. Not everything will resonate with you. What doesn't resonate, you can just ignore. So, this is for the first perception, and this is later on. Rest of the cards we'll look at towards the end of the reading. So let's start. Here you got messenger, here you got love. We have two cards actually here, love and sorrow. I kept it because I don't know, I got this feeling that it's relevant. So once they got to know you a little bit more, they had that feeling of love also, but sorrow also. There's a duality here. And when you first started out, I think the person could have really enjoyed talking to you, or they were the first one to approach you with this messenger energy. They reached out, maybe they wanted some sort of favor from you, or to be friends, or to maybe they asked you out, flirted with you, or just casual conversation. That's what I'm picking up. But it was still more light-hearted. It was also a little more friendly with the initial approach. And they could have also been interested in you, just to getting to know you better, and then maybe they could think about whether they want to date you or not. Here we have restlessness. This is Mercury in Aries. It gives me the energy of whatever they said to you in the beginning, they were being quite honest and blunt, because Mercury is communication, right? It's also friendship. That's why I was getting this energy of perhaps starting out as friendly. I'm also getting Ashlesha Nakshatra, by the way. Anyway, so Mercury is communication, also friendship, and this messenger is also Mercury. Now it's in Aries. Aries is very blunt energy. It's very, what you see is what you get. It's very obvious energy. Aries people don't tend to lie too much, or I think you can read them very well. They're very honest and blunt people. So whatever they said in the beginning, it was quite honest, whereas whatever they say now, maybe they overthink, they overanalyze. Perhaps they don't want to hurt your feelings, or I don't know, there's a bit of struggle I'm picking up on this side. Love and sorrow both. Here we also have Jupiter in Pisces. Seduction. So they see you as a very seductive person. They've become, maybe initially they saw you as a friend, but they've become more seduced by you. Maybe you had a glow up in the meantime, or they didn't think of you as a partner or something like that. Maybe they were already dating someone when you first came together. Maybe you were dating someone else, or something about they didn't think of it too much, or maybe they did flirt with you, or I don't know what the situation was, but it is giving me a little bit more casual vibes, more friendship vibes. And maybe they were not super attracted to you, but definitely now they find you very attractive. They could see you as a temptation also. Very seductive. You come into your own. You blossomed. Maybe earlier you were not in the dating scene or something like that. I'm just getting that very strongly. Now it's more of feelings involved, attraction, chemistry sparks. Here it's more friendly banter, back and forth communication, just being nice to each other. That's the vibe I'm getting. Speaking of which, we do have journey here. Each step brings you closer to your true self. They liked you as a person, perhaps that's why they were drawn towards you, or it wasn't that calculative. Oh, I like this person, they're good looking, let me ask them out or date them, something like that. Maybe you just, maybe you work together, you study together, you live close to each other, there is some sort of correspondence going on, and naturally maybe person talked to you first, they asked you for some help or something like that, and then you kind of went on this journey to get to know you, get to know each other better, and develop some sort of a connection here. We have here key. It says unlock your inner potential. So see, that potential has come through. You have unlocked your inner potential, which is making you more seductive, more attractive. Let's keep it like this. I keep moving these, sorry you guys. Okay, so something in you Maybe you also unlocked the potential in this person. Maybe you saw a lot of potential in them, or you encouraged them, you motivated them. You could have also come closer with just developing that sort of softness towards one another, or developing some sort of, let's say, emotional connection as well. But here it says, key, unlock your inner potential. You've unlocked it. You could have also unlocked something in this person. Maybe they unlocked the potential in you, they encouraged you. So one way or another, you could also be a key element in each other's journey. That's what I'm picking up. What else? We have here individuality. On this side, we also have resurrection, newt. So this makes me think of perhaps a person going through, maybe you were going through a tough time in your life, you were coming back alive, or I don't know, going on some sort of a journey. Maybe you were not open to dating, they were not open to dating, but I'm just getting this energy of a person finding themselves. Resurrection and then individuality, finding that inner goddess, inner empress or emperor. It's not gender specific, remember that. So they could have been drawn towards you just as maybe they were a catalyst, or they were an important part of your journey. Maybe that's why spirit brought, or the universe brought, this person in your life. They could have helped you. That's one thing I'm getting. And I'm just getting single energy here. I don't know, it's either from your side or from their side, but I'm getting single energy. It wasn't that calculative or okay, let's date or let's flirt heavily. Not getting that. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. And also could have been an important time in your life where a lot was going on. So important events happening there. We have Morrigan, rhythm. It's giving me a little bit of this energy of perhaps no contact also. Just giving me that energy of darkness, not darkness in terms of a dark person, but like things have slowed down or become stagnant, or maybe there's been a cutoff. You are not in touch with each other anymore, something like that. But there is an intuitive connection also. Maybe there's a spiritual meaning behind this connection. You've been asking about this person. You've been wondering about this person. Why did they come into my life? Because I'm seeing the moon cycles in the back, right? And she gives me very much witchy vibes. So trying to figure out the purpose of this connection, purpose of this person in your life. Maybe you're also reconnecting with your spirituality. You're becoming more spiritual, or this whole journey of getting into tarot spirituality that started with this connection, or because of this person you got more into tarot and tarot reading, something like that. Yeah, there's so many messages here, but trying to figure things out. I'm just getting this energy of figuring this person out, maybe figuring their feelings out, figuring out what's the importance and purpose of this connection in my life. And very much like the person is faced this word, so like focused on this person. You've not been able to let go of this person, even if the connection has ended. You're very much stuck on this person. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. How they view you. Sorry, it was how they perceive you at first glance and how they perceived you later on. So they see you after a while, they started to see us more of a powerful person, also more seductive, yes, glow up energy, yes, but also a person coming into their own. Maybe you're tasting more success as life has went on. Maybe you're doing much better by yourself when you first did, when you came together. I don't know, I'm just getting this energy of power, like embracing your power, becoming more wise, mature. Yeah, maybe you were more a little bit slightly lost, but now you seem very sure of yourself. You seem more confident to this person. And it's like your intuition is also on point. That's what I'm getting with this card. Also embracing your power. And some spiritual energy also. They could also see some signs and synchronicities. Maybe this person has reminded you of you again and again. Lots of messages here. Let's see. We have here on the side moon and second house. So again, we're going back to communication, because second house we connect with communication, speech, our mouth really, and moon is there. So I think developing like a bond with you. You could have reminded this person of their mother or someone motherly, nurturing. Also feeding. Maybe did you feed this person? Did you give them food? Because we connect eating also with second house, and moon is food itself. So you were like a food for their soul. You seem very familiar, homely. Especially if you met in foreign lands, you could have felt like, okay, we're kind of people from the same culture. I don't know why I'm getting that message. I'm also seeing eight of cups here. So it does make me think of travel, distance, foreign land. So maybe that's why I was getting that message. They could have seen you as walking away from something as well. Maybe because see, there was one card here. Where is it? Okay, yeah. Wedding. So yeah, now that I remember, we do have wedding and we have 8 of cups walking away. So some of you could have been, when you first came together, you could have been walking away from a relationship, a marriage, or some commitment also. Or you were going through a major transformation. Maybe you were coming from, let's say, abroad, going to a different place. Some major transformation was going on in your life. And you also seemed a little distant, emotionally closed off. But they saw a nurturing, caring side to you. They see you as very motherly, nurturing, beautiful. Also, moon is beauty. And your speech, something about the way you spoke and the conversations that they had with you brought you very close. So, and also you could have been very, very honest when it comes to communication. You're the sort of person who would not overshare, but you would share the difficult things that some people also try to hide. You're very honest with that. So something about, I think, talking to you, forming a friendship brought them closer to you. They could have also seen you as a motherly person, and maybe someone older also. So someone who took on the mentor's role, or they saw you as a friend or an asset in life, because second house is assets. So they definitely saw you as a person who brought them help or blessings or nurturing, nourishment. As time went on, let's see what we see here. We have 9th house. 9th house energy is here. They see you as someone very wise. 9th house is connected to wisdom, also higher education. We have 8 of coins, the devil. So that physical energy keeps coming up, seductive vibes keeps coming up, devil. They also see you as maybe you were more of like a softer, like a lamb, like a person you can take advantage of, or someone who's easy to fool, naive. But now they see you as this person who can pick up on people's game. So they also see you as a person who's like become more wise. You've embraced your power. You're sort of person who is not to be messed with. So I'm getting a bit of powerful energy. They're also seeing you as a person who's got a lot going on in their life. Hardworking. They see you as a hardworking person. You have a lot of priorities in your life. Career is very important. Career is a priority. They also see you as a person who would suffer in silence instead of asking for help. So you're a very honorable sort of a person that way. You're not someone to show your vulnerable side that easily or ask for help. I mean, you might talk about it, but you're not the sort of person to ask for pity or ask for favors or help. That's how you're coming across. But embracing your power, working hard, going through your troubles, or let's say challenges in your life, but in a way coming into your own. 9th house is connected with higher education. It also speaks about a person who has honor, integrity, can be spiritual, also religious, and someone with lots of wisdom. Also distance. So they could feel like you're still slipping away. You're becoming more distant. Though there's love here, they feel love for you, they feel love from your side, but there's also sorrow. It's almost as if you cannot be together. There's a physical connection also. Perhaps this person feels a physical pull towards you, and you might feel you have love for them. So there could be like a little bit of a mismatch where one person wants love, other person wants something physical, or one person has very strong feelings whereas other person is just more drawn towards you. I don't know, I'm just getting a little bit of mismatch of energies between two people. But overall, they see you as someone who's matured, become wiser, and become more powerful and confident. You seemed more approachable in the past. Now you seem less approachable. Okay, let's look at the energy or the dynamic between the two of you. The first card that came out was getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, you bond your bond deepened. So this is how you became closer. You really connected with sharing your emotions and feelings, especially your childhood also. Moon is rules the 4th house of childhood. Maybe some stories about your mother or upbringing, stuff like that, or homeland also if you're far away in foreign lands. So I also feel like you're still learning about each other. You don't know each other completely. That's one more message I'm getting. And also it gives me a little bit of history, like there's history between the two of you. We have wedding, this situation involves marriage. We have flirt, extend your light-hearted energy to others. So perhaps one person looking for a marriage, other person just looking to flirt and have a good time. So being on different pages. And another thing I was getting is one person coming out of a marriage and now they're looking for something less serious, whereas the other person could have strong feelings. So there could be just this mismatch of circumstances. That's what I'm getting, right? And one person more serious, other is just more fun loving. So you really have to see what you're looking for. Maybe one person took a step back because they were looking for some sort of a commitment which they didn't get. So I'm getting that also, because here we have distance. 9th house is distance. So there's been some distance between the two of you. Maybe you used to interact a lot more. In the past we have messenger, whereas this gives me a little bit more of closed off energy. Final cards for advice, you got practice tenderness. So don't become prickly because of this person. If you had a difficult let's say dynamic here or difficult experience with this person, don't become prickly. Be your tender self. You are the soft, gentle person. Though you've become empowered, yes, but don't lose that tenderness. We have used your power. See, number 9. You are a powerful being, and it's also giving me a little bit of independence energy also, because I see a tiger here. Tiger is all about independence. So perhaps you have really become yourself, who you needed to be, and now that you've done that work, now you can find a partner or something along those lines. I hope it makes sense. But don't lose your individuality, because we had this card right here. Don't lose that. Maybe you tend to do that in relationships. We have retreat. So number 31. This does tell me maybe you've both kind of went your separate ways, or you've retreated from this connection. Maybe you had feelings for them, you had to retreat. We have guidance as golden. Number 42. You could have taken a tarot reading on this person, or you're someone who actually needs to take advice from other people to be objective when it comes to this person. Maybe you end up making mistakes. So guidance is golden. You should always look for advice when it comes to your love matters, and you could really benefit from having a good, let's say a person who cares about you. You can ask their opinion, maybe a friend, maybe getting a reading on this person, something like that. So think about that. We have, and see, I pulled 4 cards. Then at the bottom of the deck we had seek counsel, number 12. So same energy. Some of you could, even if you are committed, you are in a marriage or a relationship, maybe therapy, counseling, couple counseling could help you. So seek counsel, a same message here. So these two are very similar, like you need a little bit of advice when it comes to this person, and you need to follow your advice also. Perhaps you know the advice, you know what's the right thing to do, you don't do it, you get carried away by your feelings. And final card, this was also at the bottom of the deck. I kept it because, see, these two are kind of similar also. So you were like dreaming, fantasizing that this world exists, but when you came down to the ground, when you got grounded, you had to retreat. When you took a step back and you realized this is not working out. And see, here again we see a couple in the back. It gives me Taj Mahal vibes, by the way. Transform, number 41. It's time to change the dynamic the two of you share. Either you ask the person, you give them an ultimatum, or you just step back, because it's time for a change. You cannot stay in limbo with this person. They came into your life to trigger growth in you, but also at the same time you have to understand some people are in your life for a season, not for the entire lifetime. So keep that in mind. Take the message as it resonates. This is a general reading, keep that in mind. And that's it for this reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this resonated with you guys. Let me know your feedback in the comments. And if you want to book a reading with me, all the links will be down in the description. Please like, share, subscribe, join the membership. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to today's reading. This is a romantic sort of a reading with the person on your mind. The topic is, how did they perceive you on first glance versus later on. So I have the cards separated for those. This is first glance, later on, and then some extra cards for later. Let's start. On this side, by the way, this is a love reading. I always say this is general, so don't take it to heart. If something offends you, don't take it. Take the message that resonates, ignore what doesn't. On this side, we have waiting. On this side, we have gift. Actually, we have 2 cards. Faithfulness. Let's add 2 more. Here we have, why is it not focusing, impulsiveness and control. This is Mars in Aries, Jupiter in Capricorn. So debilitated Jupiter, strong Mars. Okay, so what am I picking up here? I think that when this person first came across you, I see the energy is quite different on both the sides actually, because this is impulsiveness and then I see control here. The keyword is control. Stable energy on these 2 figures. So here I'm seeing impulsive energy. So I think when the person met you, you could have been going through a different phase in your life. Maybe you changed. Maybe this is a connection that's been a part of you for a long time, because I see just change in your personality, or a person coming of age also. Or perhaps you were going through a difficult time, or even could have been going through a lucky time also, because we see horseshoe. Maybe a lot of stuff is happening. I don't know. I'm just getting like different energies on both the sides. So take it as it resonates. What am I picking up here? They could have seen you as a person who is a little bit of a romantic, a person looking to date or have a relationship. You seemed interested and curious. You're also someone who follows your heart. So your energy was quite vibrant, inviting, and interesting. Even entertaining, I can say. On this side, as they've gotten to know you, they see you as a gift. Maybe your love language is gift giving. They see you as a friend also. They see you as a loyal person, very faithful, not someone who would cheat on someone. Especially maybe I wasn't getting that energy initially. Maybe it seemed more of an open thing, or let's see how it goes. That sort of vibe I'm getting over here. But as time has gone on, they might have also started to rely upon your wisdom a little bit more. Maybe they allowed you to call the shots. But just this energy of debilitated Jupiter, maybe person somewhere gets quite frustrated when there's a fight with you, or things don't get, let's say things don't work out, or even if you're separated, you're not together. I think the person sees you in a very good light. They have a lot of love and respect for you, adoration. It's just that, and their heart could also be quite loyal to you, by the way. But somewhere they lack a bit of wisdom in handling this situation, or handling you, pile number 2, because wisdom doesn't work in their favor when it comes to this relationship, situationship, whatever it is, this connection. Somewhere the wisdom is lacking on the person's part. They don't know how to deal with things, though they see you in a very good light. Maybe earlier when you first met, they might not have been, let's say, blown away by you or totally sure of you, but this side seems more stable and grounded. I like the energy of who they've come to know you as. Let's see what else. Here we have raindrop. Let your tears cleanse and heal you. I'm getting moon, so moon could be prominent in your chart. On this side we have goddess. Embrace your divine power. So see, they see you as a goddess. See, I told you I was getting really good energy from this side. Let's make space for the cards. So they see you as a goddess when you first came together. See, that is why I was like waiting. What is the card that I was getting? Maybe you were going through a tough time. This teardrop, raindrop. Let your tears cleanse and heal you. So you could have been going through a difficult time, or something along those lines, or a lot happening in your life. You were not yourself. And see, here we see raindrops, and here almost like a waterfall. interesting imagery on both the sides, but they see you as a goddess now. They see you as a very stable person, very grounded in your own. Let's say you've blossomed. That's why maybe I was getting this energy of a person. Maybe some long time has passed or something with the timelines I was getting, because you've really come into your own. From being a little unsure to now standing firmly. Here it says, let your tears cleanse you. Something about cleansing. This person could also have been drawn towards you. Maybe they were going through a heartbreak. You could have met at a difficult crossroad in your life, both of you. And there was some emotion stirred up by you. They could have felt a connection right off the bat, or something about you caught their attention. Or one person could have been overly invested right off the bat. The other person was not that invested, but as time has went on, you've gotten to know each other. There is a connection here that I'm feeling, and the person sees you in a very good light. Here we have Mayu, ascension. This imagery makes me think of the hermit with this lantern. It gives me strong hermit vibes. It gives me strong energy of a person seeking some answers, some truth, some clarity in their life. Perhaps also a person struggling. There's some issue, and person looking for light. And I'm also getting nighttime imagery here, because this is nighttime, and the lantern also makes me think of that. And see, here also we have water. So water is about dealing with your emotions. Maybe being flooded by your emotions and then finding your ground, finding your footing, finding your answers. That's the energy I'm getting. So much of this flower is repeating here. Flower in the hair also specifically. Anyway. But what am I getting? Ascension. You were going through a tough time. You were ascending. See, ascension has happened throughout this whole process. I can see that. On this side, we have inner strength. And see how similar this imagery is. Very earthy, also very earthy, goddess-like empress energy on both these cards. On this side, if you can see, the hair is also similar. And it's also giving me a little bit of young vibes. Maybe you look like a younger person. Maybe you're petite, smaller frame. But just if you resonate, fine. Otherwise, I'm getting that softer, gentler sort of a vibe. Anyway, what's the message here? Inner strength. So you've really found that strength. You are glowing somewhere. This makes me think of Pikachu. I don't know why. But obviously, these are angel wings. And what do you call these? Jugnus. Fireflies. Yeah, you call them fireflies. So you're shining, you're bright, and something very soft and gentle, likable about you. I think anyone would like you. And this person really admires you, respects you. They also respect your journey. And when it comes to you, I think they have a soft spot for you. So this person doesn't always use their logic when it comes to you. They might also sometimes say stupid things, maybe hurt you, or let's say hurt your feelings, but that's never their intention. That's what I'm picking up. On this side, we have 6th house. Here we have the 1st. So with your reading also, the energy I'm getting is a person who's really blossomed. 1st house, again, it's speaking about you, not the person. That is very interesting. Even pile number 1 was like that. I thought I would pick up more on the dynamic between the two of you, but I was getting the energy of pile number 1 only. So here we see conflict. 6th house is conflict. Competition also. This is the house of service. People who work together, perhaps people who compete with each other. There could be argument, fight, stuff like that. Not being sure of you. Maybe you started out as frenemies. You didn't like each other, but perhaps you had to spend some time together through work or college or something or the other. And as you spend more time together, there is fondness here. Maybe you also had a fight in the past. Maybe you broke up. Things didn't work out. Maybe it was just you dated for some time or something like that. A little bit of history. But as time has passed on, maybe you've even went your separate ways. But this person looks back at you as admiring, out of admiration. Maybe they look at you, they stalk your social media, but they feel like you've really blossomed, you've come into your own, and you've become a different person. And also I'm getting this energy because For tarot, here we have 3 of cups. Here we have Page of Wands. So I think in the past you could have wanted different things. There could also be an age gap that I'm picking up here. Maybe you're someone younger. Page of Wands also I'm seeing here. So maybe you're younger, and the 2 of you could have also been better off as being friends. That's one more message that I'm getting. So person could look back on this connection and feel like we should be friends, because we have 3 of cups here, right? I want to keep it like this. So you could be friends. I think the person is open to friendship, or things have changed, your priorities have changed, you've become different people, something like this. Maybe a long time has passed on, and I'm picking up this energy of a very, very past person for you, pile number 2. I'm not exactly sure. You will have to use your intuition on this. But admiration is what I'm picking up. That's the feeling I'm getting on this side. And here, not so much. It's a little bit of a hodgepodge. Let's see. The dynamic between the 2 of you, we have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So the 2 of you could have separated due to some external influence. Maybe one person had to pick their career and finances over this connection, or this connection was too codependent. I was speaking about avoidant attachment style for pile number 1. With this pile, I'm getting anxious attachment. So yeah, maybe it's something you need to work on. Also, I did a reading. What was it called? What's your attachment style? Yeah, maybe that is a reading that perhaps you want to watch, pile number 2. Maybe it's good for you, or I don't know, might help you. If you're interested, let me know. I'll leave a link to that video down below. But I'm just getting this energy of like an unhealthy dynamic in the past. Maybe one or the, let's say, unhealthy dynamic between the 2 of you, or with one person who was dealing with something, let's say an addiction or some bad situation they were dealing with. So relationship couldn't work out, but a lot of passion between the 2 of you. And I also see now you've kind of changed, you've turned into different people. You could be friends now in the present moment. I'm getting that strongly. Let's see. We have received your blessings, number 6. We have take action with 3 horses. See, again I'm getting 3. And here also we have the 3 of cups. So maybe like friendship could be on the cards if you wanted to. We have release and let go. Okay, maybe you've actually released this person. You've kind of moved on in your life. Maybe they've moved on. But there's a lot of fondness here. Maybe it wasn't something that deep or that chaotic in the past. I'm just getting that. But anyway, if you've not moved on from this person, you should, because they don't necessarily see, let's say, a romantic situation with you. They see you as more of a friend, someone they admire, someone they wish well for. And they've kind of moved on. They've let go of this connection. So maybe you need to also release this and let go. That will help you receive your blessings in terms of love and relationships. So things have changed, I think. Don't look at this person or the situation with bitterness or resentment. It's better to let go and forgive and just forget. That's the vibe I'm getting overall. So I hope this resonates with you, pile number 2. Let me know your thoughts. It was quite different, unexpected. Yeah, the messages just went in a different direction. Anyway, I hope this helped you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you want to book a reading with me, all the links will be down in the description. If you like my videos, you want to support the channel, you can watch the ads on the videos, watch the videos for longer. You can join the membership. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Hello pile number 1. Welcome to today's reading. Today I'm doing a reading for the person on your mind, or SP reading, like we say. So this is how did they perceive you at first glance versus later on. This is not specific to the current energy. This is about initial, let's say, the impression you created, and then slightly later on, once they got to know you a little bit better. This is not current energy. So remember that. Let's start. These I'll show you more cards as we go along. This is for the initial first, let's say, how did they perceive you when they first saw you or met you. So you got the House. By the way, this is a love reading, so take it with a grain of salt. Not everything will resonate with you. This is a general reading. Keep that in mind and don't get offended by any message. We have the House here. Should I put the... Let's just start with like an intro with this side, then I'll add the other cards also. Here we have Sun in Aries assertion. This is exalted Sun, so it usually makes a person very strong personality. Here this is giving me the energy of Cancer, 4th house. You could have placements there. What is the energy I'm picking up? So even though this is house, it does make me think of a homely person, but the energy I'm picking up is almost like having boundaries up. So when the person first met you, they must have felt like, okay, there's a boundary here. They could have seen you as a, we see here a person like a hunter or a warrior sort of a figure we see here with this dragon. So the energy I'm picking up is a strong personality. They could have felt a little intimidated by you. They could have also felt like you have a very strong persona, perhaps strong ego, or very confident person, a little bit dominating and assertive. This is how you came off. And you also seemed closed off in terms of maybe you were not looking to socialize, or maybe you didn't seem interested in this person, but you had your boundaries up. Either you were not looking to meet someone, or you didn't get a good impression of this person, or you're just naturally someone where people have to kind of earn your trust and respect. You're not someone who's vulnerable right off the bat. You take a little bit of time in opening up to people. Maybe you're also someone who likes to test people first and then you trust them. You are not maybe the most social also. Now, depends on what your personality is, but any one of these reasons could, let's say, explain the situation. This is what I'm picking up. On this side, when we look at the cards, we have the Thief here, and we have this Saturn in Sagittarius fulfillment. So this is interesting. See how almost looks like the person has entered the home now. Does it not look that way? So I feel like once the person got to know you, they felt like, okay, I'm sneaking in. I'm sneaking in. I have a way in. So they felt like, even though they felt like a little bit like walking on the eggshells, it's a bit of this nervous sort of energy, like they shouldn't be here, but they are, with the Thief. So they could have felt like perhaps they didn't feel like they deserved you, or they were not exactly sure, are you into them or not. They might have given you a lot of hints for sure. And they also felt like you opened up a little bit more as time went by. You did open up to the person, but they were still on shaky ground. Somewhere they could have felt like, I'm not exactly sure if I'm in, if the person's interested. That's what I'm getting here. But the imagery is quite interesting with the house and then this Thief entering the house almost. But this Saturn fulfillment, and I see this money bag also. Person could have felt like you're very hardworking, and perhaps work takes the priority in your life. So once they got to know you, maybe they had some false perception initially. They had this image in their mind about you, and as time went on, they realized that you're a hardworking person. Maybe you're a workaholic also, and money and career is important to you. But the body language also seems a little more relaxed, from going to this warrior stance to now look at this person very little laid back, relaxed body language. So they could have felt like, okay, things are easier, I can approach this person. So they felt more welcomed, but not like 100%. On this side, we do have Lighthouse here. It says, be the guiding light for yourself and others. On this side, we have the Nest. Create a safe space for yourself and those you love. So I think your house or your inner world is like a safety net for yourself and people that are close to you. You don't let people in. You don't trust people easily. You also perhaps like to test people before you trust them. That's your energy. So we're going from this. See, here also it does make me think of boundaries and this wall almost with the closed door, but they saw a light in you. They were drawn towards you. Something about you with light. See, here also we have sun. We connect with light. This is also kind of like the morning sort of a, what do you call this, setting, morning setting, light we see here. So you're someone they were drawn towards. And this does make me think of the tower also, even though it's not broken. So they just saw you as an intimidating force. They were drawn towards you. They see you as a star. They see you as a person who is full of life, full of character, full of energy also, and confidence. So they were drawn towards you, but as time has went on, they feel like, okay, now I'm on the inside. We were on the outside here. Now we're on the inside. This is the nest. So the home environment, you've allowed to let this person step in. And they also see you as a person who's very protective, very perhaps protective of your heart, your feelings, the people close to you. They might even see you as more of a nurturing sort of a person, generous also. It's like once you give a pass to someone, then you start showing your real side. So now they feel like, okay, now I'm connecting with pile number 1 a little bit more. So as time went on, they realized, okay, this person has let their guard down. Now we can connect in a more authentic manner. That's what I'm getting. So one interesting thing that I noticed here, you got the lighthouse, see here, and then we have this EOS light. How pretty is that? So this is really nice. Some of you, are you from New York City? Because it's just making me think of the Statue of Liberty also with the, what do you call this thing? In Hindi we say mashal. What do you call it in torch? I guess, I think. Anyway, so they see you as a light. They were drawn towards you. See, they also see, when I look at this body language and this image, it's almost as if you're busy. So they were drawn towards you and they saw you just doing your thing. And they noticed you, and you seemed very busy, occupied, and self-centered in a good way, like self-prioritization, not selfish, but just busy person. But you have a lot of light around you. You have a nice aura. You have good energy, and you create an impression on people. People take notice of you with all this light energy coming out. People notice you, pile number 1. So this person noticed you as well. Where do I keep this? Let's keep it like that. Let's keep this one here then. So they noticed you, they were drawn towards you, and they definitely wanted to get to know you better. Light. This is nice energy. They saw you in a good light as well. Speaking of light, here also we have the person holding up the torch. Here we have the person holding up the sword. So you definitely made an impression on this person. We have here on this side, we have Psyche, is it? How do you say that? Psyche, I don't know. With butterflies, it speaks about transformation. So this person's opinion of you has definitely transformed. See, here we're going from a dragon to now butterflies and softer, gentler animals, specifically birds and actually insects we're going to now. So here we have a cute little bird. Here we have these butterflies, and even we see this person. See how this looks like more a mature person, and she looks like more approachable, like a cute like Tinkerbell sort of a character. So she seems more approachable, almost young as well, like young that young person's energy, someone who's full of life. So earlier maybe they saw you as more of this mature, trailblazer, hardworking individual, and once they got to know you, they see, okay, there's a softer, gentler side to pile number 1, and more of that young vibe also, that inner child. I think you let that out when you get comfortable with someone, not on the first go. And a change of opinion also with these butterflies. They see you in a different light now, after being persistent with you. I think this person could have made a lot of effort. Maybe you made a lot of effort. You could also be pile number 1. You could be the avoidant type. And I think I remember doing a reading on my membership on what's your attachment style. Maybe that's a reading I'm remembering, so might be relevant to you. If I remember, I'll link it if anyone's interested. But it's just making me think of you being an avoidant. So pile number 1, you could have an avoidant attachment style. Maybe you push people away. That's what I'm getting. Anyway, let's see what else we have here. On this side we have Aquarius, on this side we have Scorpio. So Scorpio again speaks about transformation, like this butterfly. And Aquarius here, I think you're not suited to everyone's palate. Not everyone likes you. You could even have people who dislike you or haters. And just getting that with this Aquarius energy and the other cards, some people could maybe perhaps feel like you're too much, you're too dominating, you're full of yourself, you have an ego, these things. But this person saw you in a good light. They saw these weird sides to your personality, or something about you that drew them closer to you, and they saw you in a good light. Whatever, let's say, negative trait that you have or whatever, they didn't care about that. So they like you. They like that you're different and you stand out, and you're kind of blunt, very honest. You speak your truth, you're very authentic to yourself, and you're different. So they like you because of this. And here, they also got to know you on a different level as well. More on the personal side, because Scorpio, we connect with mystery, secrets. So as they got to know you more, they understood your secret. Let's say you told them your secrets, or they got to get closer to you in a more, let's say, just feeling more comfortable in a more intimate manner also perhaps. But just like emotional intimacy, that's what I'm picking up on this side. They still see you as a powerhouse. Here it says the powerhouse, here it says the radical. So people don't understand you, but this person likes you. Here we have Queen of Coins, here we have Queen of Swords. So it's very interesting that on both the sides we got queens. You're definitely, here this also is giving me queen vibes. You're definitely someone who's a strong personality and opinionated also, I'm getting. Independent energy is also coming through very strongly. And you don't care about people who don't like you. See, here we have the dragon, here we have the snake. So you're kind of doing your own thing. You don't care. You don't pay attention to most people, what they're doing, what they're saying. You're not bothered. And on this side, they understand you're also logic, intuition behind it. We connect intuition with Queen of Swords. And also, this is like a person who's independent, self-sufficient, because you have your own coin. You're busy with work. You've got a lot of stuff going on in your life. That busy energy I was picking up here. On this side, we see the logic behind let's say your actions, or what are the things that matter to you. Here we see the sword. So now the person got to know you on a more, let's say, more conversations. They got to know you on an intellectual level. They understood, okay, what are your thoughts, what are your beliefs, what are the things that matter to you. So person got to know you that way. It's not necessarily, let's say, cold or closed off energy with the Queen of Swords. It's just more of the logic and communication and intuition. And they also see you as a person who's strong. You have boundaries, you're very specific about things, you have high standards for yourself. All of that I'm picking up here. Let's see what's the dynamic between the two of you. See, this is not a current energy thing or like a relationship reading per se. It's more about how the person sees you, their perception of you as a person. Don't mind the background noise. So let's see what else we have here. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. We have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. We have let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. So what do I get? It's very interesting, this imagery repeating. See, the very next card I have on the side from a different deck. The same, like a unicorn repeating. Maybe some Ashwini Nakshatra placements or Aries placements. I connect horses with those. But anyway, what am I picking up here? I think somewhere spirit could even be talking to you that it's safe for you to love. You should also prioritize love in your life. And you're a very free-spirited person. I think it takes a very special person to match your energy. You also want to feel free and independent even in a relationship. So you have to find the perfect partner where you get that. You could also be controlling in relationships. See, we got the controlling energy here right off the bat. So the dynamic could be where there's one person in this relationship, you and the person on your mind, where one person could feel like the other is being a little too clingy and they want their independence, or one person is slightly more controlling. If one person starts to control, the other person starts to run away. So runner-chaser dynamic could be happening in this situation. You need to be careful with that. I do see a lot of potential here. I think you, pile number 1, also you're a very specific kind of a person. So you would need a person who matches your energy. So I can only speak from, let's say, I can only speak to you instead of this person who's not watching, right? Let's look at the final cards, then I'll wrap it up. It says number 35, risk and dare. We have listen, 45. Okay, and only one more. Take the opportunity. See, we're going back to the sun almost. These two kind of connect, is it not? It kind of connects, right? Interesting. It says take the opportunity. I think you can learn a lot from this connection that you shared with this person. And you have to look at it from a very objective point of view. Pile number 1. Listen tells me you perhaps need to be more of a listener when it comes to your relationships. Maybe you need to listen to this person's side also. And risk and dare, take the opportunity. So this could even be if you've been thinking about, let's say, reaching out, you're not in contact. If you've been looking for a sign, maybe spirit is saying, yes, you can reach out to this person. Or there's this energy where I think spirit is asking you, pile number 1, to be more open to relationships. Maybe be more open to this person or just relationships in general. You seem a little closed off. You seem like the person who would run away with this unicorn energy. You're someone who runs away. You're the avoidant attachment style. You need to work on that. So I don't know why I feel compelled to almost like give you some guidance instead of talking too much about the person. You need to listen more and be more open to relationships. And if you're looking for an opportunity, maybe you get some, let's say it's more new, where you've not really had any toxicity or some drama, nothing like that. You just know the person, you feel like they're interested. Maybe you should go for it. Newer person, newer connection. So yeah, take the advice as it resonates to your situation. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your feedback in the comments, and if you want to book a reading with me, all the links will be down in the description. If you want to support the channel, leave a like, subscribe, comment, join the membership. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.